United States Treasury Department presents Guest Star, today starring Dorothy Collins and Raymond Scott and his orchestra. How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? This is Del Sharbutt, your host for Guest Star, a transcribed feature for savings bonds, presented as a contribution of this station in the public interest. In all the world, there's no better investment than United States savings bonds. See your banker about Series H United States savings bonds. They're a guaranteed investment, paying current income by Treasury check every 6 months. Remember to ask for Series H savings bonds. Exhibit A. Raymond Scott displays his brilliant arranging and conducting skill with a very personalized conception of Tiger Rag. Here's the young lady who's been bringing her own special brand of charm and style to you every week, along with the nation's hit songs. Guest Star is very proud to present America's musical sweetheart, Dorothy Collins.
When you've climbed the highest mountain, when a cloud holds the sunshine in, suddenly there's a valley where the earth knows peace with man. When a storm hides a distant rainbow, and you think you can't find a friend, suddenly there's a valley where friendships never end. Touched only by the seasons, swept clean by the waving grain, surveyed by a happy bluebird, and kissed by the falling rain. When you think there's no bright tomorrows, and again. Suddenly there's a valley where hope and love begin. Where hope and love begin.
Thank you, Dorothy. That was delightful. And as one good tune deserves another, how about an encore?
Oh, I'd love to, but first, may I say a word about my favorite investment, United States savings bonds?
Why, Dorothy, be my guest. We'll even get Raymond to lend a hand.
Wonderful. Well, maybe you folks are way ahead of me. Maybe you're buying bonds regularly. But if you aren't, take my word for it. There's no safer, surer way to save, and no investment that's more fully guaranteed. Every dollar you put into Uncle Sam's savings bonds is protected against loss or theft. And when your E-bonds mature, you get back $4 for every 3 invested.
Raymond, how about the male side of the family?
All I know is you can't miss with savings bonds. Even if they're burned or destroyed, the government replaces them without charge. They're safer than money, and safer from you, too. Because when your savings are in bonds, you're more likely to hang on to them for the really important things in life, like college for the youngsters, or that new home you've been dreaming about.
That's right, Raymond. For the big things in life, there's nothing like a nest egg in savings bonds. So, friends, let me suggest that you start today to make tomorrow's dreams come true. Invest in savings bonds regularly, where you work or where you bank. Well, now, while Dorothy catches her breath, here's a Raymond Scott original. It's moody and brooding. See if you can sort of visualize the tall buildings and dark streets as you hear Naked City. And now here's that song Dorothy promised. Accompanied by Raymond Scott and his orchestra, it's her hit, Flat Top.
Young and strong.
strong, his top is flat. A crew haircut, never wears a hat. I don't mean maybe he's a real hep cat. My boy, flat top, big broad shoulders, manly pips, dreamy eyes with a crazy lip. When he shouts, hey baby, well the girls they flip. My boy, flat top, I'm telling you, that snazzy guy really sends me my oh my. He's the most a dreamer's goal. You ought to see him rock and roll. Got no dough, but just a nod will get the girls, though it may seem odd. A real cool lover in his own hot rod. My boy, flat top, young and strong. Top is flat, got a crew haircut, no hat. I don't mean maybe he's a real hep cat. My boy, flat top, big broad shoulders, man, their pips got dreamy eyes, crazy lips. When he shouts, hey baby, the girls they flip. My boy, flat top, I'm telling you, that snazzy guy really sends me my oh my. He's the most a dreamer's goal. You ought to see him rock and roll. Got no dough, but just a nod will get the girls, though it may seem odd. A real cool lover in his old hot rod. My boy.
Her boy.
Whose boy?
Your boy.
Oh boy.
Boy, oh boy.
Flat top.
Thank you, Dorothy. After all that hard work, the least we can do is let you choose Raymond's final number. What would you like?
Well, there's an old American folk ballad that Raymond gives the Scott treatment to that's my particular favorite. Frankie and Johnny.
You've been listening to Guest Star, a transcribed feature for United States Savings Bonds, which today featured Dorothy Collins and Raymond Scott and his orchestra. The time for this program is donated by this station every week in the public interest. The Treasury Department thanks your station, Dorothy Collins, and Raymond Scott for their contribution to the Savings Bonds program. Next week, we'll have another famous guest and more good music, so we hope you'll be on hand. Meanwhile, this is Del Sharbutt saying so long and suggesting that you sign up for automatic saving in United States savings bonds through payroll savings where you work or the bond-a-month plan at your bank. There's no finer investment in the world.